Well, howdy there, Guardian. Welcome to the Spire of the Watcher, Destiny's newest cowboy-themed dungeon. Do you remember in the first mission of the Witch Queen when we're walking around Mars and it's kind of fucked up? Like, we're in the desert, but you look over there and it's cold! But it's all funky and black and white. That's a time distortion. Back in Season of Arrivals, the Pyramid Fleet took Mars from us, as well as a ton of the other planets. But in this mission, Mars was just returned to us, except it has these weird time distortions popping up all over. The Spire of the Watcher came from one of these time distortions. This is an old Seraph facility that was used to imprison AI like Rasputin in his various submines. Osiris sends us here on some mission to investigate the Spire, but when we get here we find that the Vex of the Soul Divisive are already here and attempting to extract data for the Witness. So obviously, we have to destroy them all. The main mechanic for this dungeon is introduced in this first little compound you walk up to. It's basically connect the dots, except the dots are already connected and they don't form some sort of neat little picture, they just make a line. Kill these Vex Minotaurs, who will drop this white pool on the ground. Stand in that pool and you'll get the Arctrician buff for 30 seconds. Now, follow any line to the first node, should have these little arrows on a box around it, and shoot. This both activates the node, as you see it's now charged, but it also gives you a little more timer added back to your buff. It's as simple as following that line to the next node, shooting that one to activate it, following it to the next one, shooting it to activate it, and keep going till the end. Do that for all 4 lines. Opening finished. Next, after a quick round of momentum control, work your way through the jumping puzzle and ascend the tower. This first encounter is actually just like the opening, only more up and more down. Kill Minotaur, get buff, shoot nodes. Finish 2 wires to activate the elevator, go up, finish 2 wires to activate elevator, go up, finish 2 wires, and you're done. Briefly slip inside and right back out the window on top, and you've reached the peak of the tower where you should see your old friend from the garden. And the first boss is more of the same. There are 4 arms of the tower, each have their own wires. Start in the middle, work your way out. On the 4th and final arm, stay at the end. Once that's activated, the boss comes over and it's time for DPS. Shoot all of the glowing eyes to get invulnerable, and then unload right on the center eye. If you don't finish the glowing portion of his health bar during the phase, he'll unleash this attack that knocks everyone back. If you aren't going to finish that section, just stay towards the end of the arm, or try and drop down. Get out of the way. And just repeat however many phases it takes to kill him. Except, turns out the Vex had a backup plan, and now we've got to rush down to the core of the Spire to stop them. And during this descent, we get introduced to the final mechanic, the red wires. Just shoot all 5 red wire nodes as fast as you can. That's it. And once you reach the core, we see the giant wyvern you saw earlier. Final boss time. And it flows like this. Kill the Hydras, and Minotaurs will spawn. Get your buff, shoot the red wires in the middle of the room and above the door to open that big door. Now, 2 of the 4 yellow lines will open up, and you know the drill. But before finishing that second line, make sure the boss has walked into the smaller room. Otherwise, you'll have to start over from the beginning. On finishing, you will see this warning. Run back over to the middle room, wait a second for the red wires to reopen, and shoot them with the buff, closing that door on the boss. Get in position to shoot that boss as soon as that door opens, and rinse, repeat, cry when it takes more than 6 fucking damage phases. And you did it. You stopped the Vex from helping the Witness, and more importantly, you hopefully got that nifty little hat that I've only just now freaking got while recording for this. When it comes to the guns from the dungeon, they're cool looking. I do not see myself using these in the future very much at all. Long Arm and Wilderflight are new archetypes for legendaries, which makes them unique. Luminal Vigil can get Desperado, which is cool, and Terminus Horizon is a really sick looking machine gun. Actually, all these Tex Mechanica weapons, they knocked it out of the park on the design. The reissued 7th Seraph weapons are disappointing every single time I get them to drop instead of a Long Arm. And Hierarchy of Needs is cool, but I'm probably going to use Tikus every single time I need an exotic solar bow. Anyways, the real reason to run this dungeon is for Destiny's most important endgame activity. Fashion, baby. Like, comment, and sub down below. Peace.